The only one thing I genuinely enjoyed that was meat was spare ribs. Yo, barbecue spare ribs. Today, how we doing? We doing alright? Oioi, it's Mwene. Welcome to my channel, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maria's Bang. Today is going to be a story time all about how I went vegan. I've been vegan now for just under 2 years, and I feel like we gotta share the story so we're on the same page. We're gonna get a bit spiritual. Don't be scared. It's been on my heart, and I feel like I need to talk about it. So here we are. Let's talk about it. Don't forget to like the video, of course, subscribe to the channel, you know. If we have a little bonding moment, if you feel like we're connecting, subscribe, innit? You know the Just Do It slogan came from a guy that was in death row. He was about to die, and he said, just do it. And that turned into a slogan for Nike. Interesting story. Anyway, just to give you a little backstory. Prior to going vegan, I was plant-based for about 3 years. I too was deeply divested into the slaughterhouse documentaries. I think I watched 2. I had attempted to go vegetarian when I was like 13, but I had no education. I had no idea what I was doing. I literally just stopped eating meat.
Just got my vegan turkey leg. Tastes real good.
Started to feel very lethargic, could not do much, cloudy mind, cloudy thoughts. It was a bit of a mess. I now realize that when you do become vegan or you do become vegetarian, you have to replace what you're eating. You can't just simply stop eating meat. You have to replace it with other proteins. You need the different nutrients, vitamins, I didn't know any of that. So I blindly went into a vegetarian diet, broke it after about 2 months with a meat feast pizza, which made me sick. My parents were like,
we just bought a pizza, it's definitely not your favorite.
But I mean, you're vegetarian, right? So like, don't eat it. I was like, oh. So I ended up eating it, and I was ill. But other than that, I had tried to do all sorts of diets. I was also kind of I was overweight when I was younger, so I did all these stupid diets like the Atkins diet, really the keto diet. The way I transitioned into veganism was definitely just through going out. Instead of like ordering the meat option or the chicken or the lamb or I don't know, the calamari, like I would just go for the vegetarian option. Instead, naturally just lean towards it. And I even always used to tell my parents, like when I was younger, like in my house, we're all gonna be vegetarian. I never knew what vegan was at the time. I was just like, we're all gonna be vegetarian. No one's eating meat in my house. I always used to just say that when I was young. I always just be like, no one's eating meat in my house. If you wanna eat meat, you're gonna have to cook outside. I've just always known that I'm gonna step into a vegetarian diet. I just didn't know when. Until just after I turned 18. Yes, because I'm 20 and I'm about to turn 21. Okay, just before I was, oh my gosh, old age, I'm joking. As well as that, even when I was at home, when I was like 14, 15, 16, I used to just cut down tremendously on my meat intake, even if because at this time I was still at home. This was before I went to university, so I hadn't moved out yet. And I used to just like, every time my mom was preparing dinner, I'd be like, no, don't give me any chicken, like don't give me any this, like just take it off the plate. I just wouldn't eat it at all. I'd just eat everything else. Or I'd just tell my mom, like every time she was cooking when I was like 16, 17, like don't add any meat to my plate, like just take it off. I don't eat it. Like I would just keep removing it slowly, but at this time I still wasn't replacing it. Still, as I said, wasn't very educated on the fact you have to have protein and you need a certain amount in order to get the body working. Started adding chickpeas, a lot of legumes. I didn't know at the time about like seitan, and I mean that name still gets me. Tofu, tempeh, all the different vegan sources of protein. I had no idea about them. A lot of lentils, a lot of kidney beans, bro. Oh my gosh, chili every day. Kind of how I transitioned into it, and just cutting down on that, it just got my body used to not eating meat a lot. And I found that every time I did end up eating meat, I wouldn't eat meat again 3 weeks at a time. I just felt very heavy, and my stomach would just feel very clogged up every time I had meat, so I just avoided eating it if I could. Especially when I ate out, like I would never order the meat option. I would always get the vegetarian option. That's kind of how I moved into it. And plus, I'm allergic to dairy, so chill, these cars. Fast forward to when I actually ended up going vegan. A lot less meat, you're eating a lot more plants. You're plant-based, but you're not vegetarian or vegan. You still consume meat and animal products here and there. I would have an awkward sushi with my best friend. Like we used to go out and get sushi every lunchtime. It was weird. It was a little ritual. We used to go out and get sushi every lunch when I was 16, 17. That was kind of the only meat I consumed. I didn't really eat chicken that much. I never really was a fan of chicken. It didn't really make sense to me. It didn't taste of anything. It was just the seasoning. The only one thing I genuinely enjoyed that was meat was spare ribs. Yo, barbecue spare ribs. Am I allowed to say that as a vegan? Barbecue spare ribs. Every time I'd go to like a steakhouse or anything, if it wasn't like a medium rare steak with peppercorn sauce, it was barbecue spare ribs. Like, sorry. Why am I getting excited? Why am I getting excited? Sorry. They be hitting though. They be hitting. Sorry. As I was saying. So that was the only thing I genuinely enjoyed that was meat. Sushi was okay. It wasn't everything. It was just raw fish, you know? It was nothing special to me. It was just food. Now that I'm vegan, I have deeper appreciation for food. I don't just eat for survival. I actually eat with the intention of tasting good food, you know? I feel like sometimes you just eat things just to not be hungry, and I definitely feel as though since I've been vegan, I definitely eat things for flavor now. When you do become vegan vegetarian, you do end up cooking a lot more. You really have to seek out the flavors and the carrots and the sweet potatoes. You can really taste the flavors. Genuinely, I don't know if there's any scientific study that backs what I'm saying up, but my taste buds are definitely more sensitive to like sweetness and of fruits and veg. Child, these cars are so loud. I promise I live in a quiet neighborhood. Like, I don't know why they speeding today. Fast forward to when I actually became vegan, and that was just after my 19th birthday. I had consumed a lot of meat that entire week leading up to my birthday. I'm gonna tell you something about my birthday week. Ain't no budget. No budget. If I want it, I get it. I was eating a lot of meat, a lot of food, and I think my body was just fed up. And I remember, I'm a Christian, I'm a believer in Christ. I remember I was sat down at my desk and I had run into a video prior about the Daniel fast. I had no idea what the Daniel fast was. I didn't say what the Daniel fast is because I'm running out of battery, but I never heard about the Daniel fast before until a week. Keep looking at the viewfinder, sorry. It's because I've got low battery. So I was at university, I was sitting on my desk, and I had, guys, okay, you probably think I'm crazy already, it's fine. I was sat at my desk and I could hear a voice in my head and it kept saying, do the Daniel fast, do the Daniel fast, do the Daniel fast, do the Daniel fast. Like really fast, really loud in my head, like do the Daniel fast, do the Daniel fast. And then I literally screamed. I literally screamed, okay. And then the voice stopped. I said, this time as well, I was definitely addicted to sugar. I literally wake up and have a chocolate bar. Like, I was probably consuming over 60 grams of sugar a day. Like, yeah, it was an addiction. Sugar is a serious addiction. So not only was I consuming lots of sugar, I was consuming lots of meat, lots of just trash. Like, I don't know, I was at some low vibration level. I don't know what I was doing. I took it upon myself from that day onwards. Through the Daniel fast, you cut out wheat, you cut out starch, you cut out sugar, meat, dairy. I think that's it. Yeah. If I'm wrong, I'll correct myself with my editing. Yeah, I just stopped completely eating that, consuming it. For 21 days is the amount you stop. So I ate a lot of pita bread because it's unleavened bread. My pita bread addiction. Cut out sugar completely, cut out meat, cut out dairy, cut out everything. 21 days straight, and yeah, I've been vegan since and don't regret it. And I'm a happier self. I've never been so happy. Definitely my stomach is happier. My I was gonna say my bowel movement, but I feel like that's too much information. I have a lot more energy. I'm just like, I mean, I always had lots of energy. I've always been very hyper, but I just definitely feel like I'm a lot more lighter. I feel like I can float. One of the best decisions, I think, if not the best decision I've ever made, go vegan. So that's the story of Balamori. Would you like to know? And I've been vegan since November 2020. Yeah, 2020. Yeah, since November 2020, 2021, this year, November 5th. Just after that, I think I went vegan on the 7th. It was just after my birthday, so yeah, it'll be my 2-year vegan anniversary. And yeah, it's been fun, it's been a pleasure. And that's the story about how I went vegan. If If you want to see more vegan content, head over to my Instagram. Don't know if I'll be dropping more vegan content here on YouTube. I definitely recommend, if you are finding it hard to stop eating things such as sugar. Sugar is very addictive, and I think if you're forming an addiction to it, definitely cut it out for 21 days and see how you get on. It's very hard, it's challenging, but at the end of the day, I feel as though if you can't control your mind, you can be controlled, and the mind is the most powerful vessel, and if you haven't got control of it, you ain't got nothing. It's all you need and it's all you have. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, that's the story. My battery's ticking. I'm gonna disappear. You did really well, Canon. 4 minutes and it's flashing with low battery. Are you sure? Hope you guys enjoyed it, and of course, I got Instagram. I got TikTok. You should follow me on there. I'm on it nearly every day. Hopefully I'll see you soon. I can see you sooner if you turn on notifications. Good night. Girl, look at these ponytails. Ponytails cute now. It's definitely